Season 5 of Superior Angling TV is brought to you by Holden Insurance Agency and the rest of our fabulous sponsors.
How deep are you over there?
This is 13 right here.
You want me to go back here, left or right?
Go a little bit more to the left there to get on that spine. About 20 with boulders, so right up here is our high point. That's 15 feet. This is 20. It's just going to keep dropping a little bit. So this is kind of that edge right here. Good morning and welcome to this episode of Superior Angling. We are here on a relatively smaller lake in Minnesota, and the plan today is to chase after walleyes. It's very first ice. We have about 7 inches of good solid ice where we can drive ATVs on and get out here and practice safety. Again, coming out, we had our striker suits on, full flotation. You know, we're keeping safety in mind, but we made it out here. It's early yet. It's very, very early yet. It's maybe in that 5 o'clock hour, total darkness around us, but that's what you need, especially on bodies of water that are a little bit more clear. Early ice walleyes can be very, very light sensitive because they are so shallow first ice. And by shallow on this body of water, we're targeting the shallowest structure in this immediate area, and that's 13 to 15 feet, right up here on the spine. You saw us earlier doing a bunch of drilling, finding the tops of that spine where we are going to, number 1, jig, number 2, set out. iFish Pros, essentially tip ups, but you got to fight the fish on a rod and reel. These are very, very productive tools, especially early season when the fish are shallow. There's a lot of noise on top of the ice. Fish are spooky. You set these out away from you a little bit, they are going to be your top producers on the ice. We have with us today a bunch of different minnows. We have chubs, we have shiners, we have some light pikes, just to try to let the fish tell us what they want. Some days they'll eat a shiner, some days they won't touch a shiner. That's just how walleyes are early season. So let's get these baits in the water.
All right, so we're just scattering out these iFish Pros here. We're really just trying to stay away from our lines as much as possible. We will probably only have about 6 inches of ice here. It's just to avoid walking around. You know, it's thin ice and shallow water, so we're gonna try to stay away from these things, and hopefully that'll pay off, not making too much noise on top of them.
That's it, iFish Pro, iFish Pro. Gonna wait for this deadeye rod to load up here. There it is, fish on. That feels heavy. That's good. First fish of the morning. Here we go. Here we go. Big head chicks. All right, Eggsy, I might need a little help here. I can't believe this. It is still dark. We didn't even get our iFish Pros set up all the way. We didn't even get our jigging rods in the water yet, but that's why it pays to get out here in the dark, early ice, especially when you know you're going to be chasing, in general, shallower walleyes. It feels good. I'm taking a little bit easy on it. I just want to see this fish. There's our bobber stop, so we have about 8 to 10 feet now. Not monstrous, but it's a very, very respectable fish, and it's going to be a good start to the day. Eggsy with the assist. Look at that, guys. That there is a chunky and spunky in the dark walleye. It's like 6:30 right now. I mean, it's still pitch black, and it choked that chub minnow that we have on there. What a start to the day. I'm excited to see where this day is going to bring us. Stick with us. It's going to be a good one. We're going to find a big shiner minnow for this one. Just kind of change it up. We have 3 chubs out there. It's just kind of a confidence thing. I have confidence in those chubs, but we got to throw out one shiner too. You just never know. And what I like is for my chubs, I like a number 10 treble hook. And for my shiners, I like a number 8 treble hook. And whether it's VMC or Gamakatsu, they all work pretty well. You really gotta put these minnows in the water in your hole and just look at them. Make sure they're performing. Make sure they're swimming around in a natural way. Because you really got to take the time. Like we're taking a solid 45 minutes to get these iFish Pros set right. That's, I mean, and make sure that we're just meticulous with them, just because we have that much confidence in them that they are going to perform and be our top performers early ice like this. This is just a classic early ice scenario where jigging may not be that productive for you. So you really got to rely on alternative methods such as an iFish Pro to put walleyes on the ice. And when you're dropping them on your mark 'em, this is something very important to remember. I should see 2 big marks going down, one being my split shot, one being my minnow. If you're only seeing 1 mark going down there, it could mean that your minnow's off to the side outside of your cone angle, or it could mean that your minnow and split shot are tangled up into a ball, and that happens quite often on the way down. So really pay attention. On this LX7, we can see it as clear as day. I can see 2 marks down there. So I have confidence that that minnow's below my sinker, swimming around, ready for a walleye to come pounce on it. I presume there's a walleye right below my shiner minnow. That's a good sign, man. That's a iFish Pro, iFish Pro. I heard that drag peel out. These walleyes are going nuts right now, man. Fish. That's a fish. Yes, I love it. These fish are going crazy. Insanity. One's coming up to look at that iFish Pro, and I hear this one go off. Look at that. That's another nice walleye. I love it. These things are just fired up right now. That treble hook had her pegged right in the corner of the mouth. That is awesome. It's gonna be a fun day. Let's get this girl back. Done, gone. I love it. This is madness. Hi, fish. Yeah. I heard something. He's there. Yes. Oh, that's big, eggs. That's big. That's big.
Good one.
You can tell when you set the hook and it stops. It's a big fish. We're in big fish country here, man.
You're getting close.
I see it. It's not ready yet. That fish has about 300 calories to burn before it gets through the hole. We're sitting down there jigging, and you hear these iFishes rattle against the ice, and I mean, that's what's nice about them, is that you audibly hear them, and we came running over here.
And once you hook them, man, they're pinned.
On these iFish Pros and that treble hook and a chub minnow, like.
Just a itty bitty treble there.
Yeah, it's a solid low to mid 20s.
There you go.
Look at that.
Thank you, buddy.
Look at that spunky walleye. Man, are they fat,
yeah.
eh? Oh,
such a healthy fish.
They are chunky fish out here. That's just gorgeous. You can't beat it.
Yeah, not a mark on them.
She's there. She's there. Crazy. This hole is so hot. Yeah, not a giant, but hey, nothing wrong with a healthy 17, 18 incher. And again, there's a zero concern about these fish coming off on an iFish Pro. They all just have these treble hooks just choked, and that's a good thing because we get them in quick, we release them unharmed, there's no blood, there's no foul. There we go. Beauty of a walleye. That sun's just starting to come up. The horizon is absolutely beautiful orange right now, and we got walleyes on the ice, and it doesn't get much better than that. That's a pretty action-packed morning thus far. Who knows what the rest of the day is going to bring, but we're making the most of it right now. Oh, good fish, good fish, good fish.
First one I've had in the jigging rod.
Not a bad walleye.
Yeah, this looks like the one you just released.
It does, it does. It's interesting to note that we're just not sticking that many fish jigging in compared to our tip-outs, but it's nice to get a bonus one on the jig.
Yeah, as soon as he came up, I mean, there's no hesitation. It was,
nice.
It was pretty instant, so.
Nice.
Good aggressive fish.
There we are. That feels better. That feels a little better. It's just fish after fish right now. This is what you dream about, coming out to early ice lakes like these and being like one of the first ones on that piece of structure when these fish haven't got any pressure for, you know, a couple, for sure a month. I mean, it's just, you gotta be safe, but at the same time, you just gotta go for it and take a few chances. Coming here, we didn't know if there's gonna be ice or not. You know, we just rolled the dice, made a gamble, and it is paying off big time for us right now. Not a giant, but a very nice walleye. Very nice walleye. These deadeye rods from St. Croix are just ideal. I cannot overemphasize the importance of a rod like this for your iFish pros. That's a beautiful walleye. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Early December walleye. And we're all alone. That's the best part. Oh man, I was gonna grab some pliers quick, get her unhooked and get her back in the water. Well, I think our peak morning bite is done. It's been about 15 or 20 minutes since we've seen any action, but that was exactly what we anticipated. Letting those iFish pros sit in the shallowest water available on this piece of structure that we're on, us kind of backing off them and letting them sit up there in isolation in the peace and quiet. And we had a lot of flags go off, so we can't ask for any more than that. That was a lot of fish, fast-paced action, but now we're kind of into that 9 o'clock hour, and things have definitely changed. So we're gonna have to reposition. We're gonna move some rods and some baits around here, maybe pop some holes a little bit deeper, and then give it maybe a half hour. If nothing, we're gonna change spots and go try to find a good midday location that we can get after these fish. This baby's taking line. We're gonna give it to him. We got him. We got him. We got him. Man, this fish took line. These Okuma reels have a bait feeder feature on them that I'm sure you've heard us talk about in the past, but it's imperative that you set that, because if you don't, you're gonna lose a rod, you're gonna lose the fish. I don't know if it's gonna be a monster or not, but it's action. It's action away from that prime morning bite. I consider any fish from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. a bonus, because that's midday, and just stereotypically early season through the ice, your middays are difficult. That's a good walleye. That's a good walleye. Look at this, guys. This is just incredible, the fish that we are putting on the ice here today. That's a gorgeous, gorgeous, I don't know, 22, maybe 23-inch fish. 22 all day. I mean, enough can't be said about what we have going on right here, right now, and we still have a good portion of the day ahead of us. What a blast, what a fish. Let's get her back.
Here comes, here comes. Ooh, big fish there. There we go. That's a really, really good fish. I'm gonna need your help. This is huge. Oh my gosh.
What happens though, just like random.
Oh my gosh, look at that fish. Look at that fish.
That's a big walleye.
Oh man, is that fun through the ice. This is unreal. Come on. That's a really good fish. This is a good fish. Oh my gosh. Get him. Oh, 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 here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. There he is, there he is, there he is. There we go. Woo! Look at that sucker. Man, is that a pretty up north walleye right there. Right in the top of the lip. Oh my gosh.
Belly on her too.
Yeah, you never know what you have on the end of your line, that's for sure. I didn't expect it to be that big. Like, that's a cool fish.
iFish Pro. iFish Pro. Watch this deadeye load up. There it is. Oh, you see that? Stop. That's a big fish. Josh, where you got that big walleye was just, you know, to my left here, 20 feet. This is right next to it. High noon, man, this is a big fish.
You just got dead weight.
Yeah, it is dead weight. One walleye can make or break your whole year, you know, I mean, this could be a big one. There's big potential here. That's big, Eggsy. That's big. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's gonna go. That's gonna go. It came out. Where was it hooked?
I don't know. I just tried to get some snow out of her mouth. And
that's gonna go.
came right out.
That's a solid 28, 29 all day long, man. Look at how pretty that fish is. That makes the whole day. Look at that. I mean, that's a 8.5, 9 pound arm curler right there, baby. I can't believe the hook popped out like that.
They got some girth on it.
That's a monster. Let's get her back. That's a big walleye, and she goes off with strength. I mean, that's, you got to pay your respect to the big fish like that. There's no reason that fish should ever go home with anybody. You got to protect. I mean, this isn't a big lake. You got to protect those fish. I mean, that's a trophy caliber fish. I mean, that's big, that's special. It's high noon and we are catching big walleyes. It just, you can't overstate the importance of early ice, you know, staying safe, but getting out here as early as you can, because big fish like that are fired up, ready to go. They haven't been pressured in a few weeks. Like, you know, I mean, that's super special. That's awesome. Let's catch another one. All right, so our early midday bite was very good. We stuck a couple of beautiful fish, some smaller ones as well, but our kind of later midday bite was pretty much non-existent. So that, you know, 1, 2 o'clock hour, very slow. But there's big fish around here. We might stick it out on the same exact midday spot and wait for that sun to get a little bit lower, and hopefully those fish become active on this piece of structure. So, I mean, our morning structure was very good to us. This midday structure, there's a lot of big fish around. We've been graphing big fish. We just have a good feeling about it, so we might stick it out here and see what this evening has in store. I don't know, that sun's gonna get a little bit lower. We have some clouds kind of coming in that are kind of breaking up. I don't know, it's hard to tell if it's gonna be cloudy or sunny in a half hour, but we're hoping that as the sun drops, those fish are gonna move up and become active. We're gonna drill a few holes, find some super shallow water, set out our iFish Pros, and fish away. Today out here on the ice, we are using the new MX7 from Markham Technologies, and this is a sonar and GPS built into one unit. So it takes the sonar package from the legendary LX7 that we've been using for years and years and combines it with GPS. Now, the sonar is top of the line ice fishing specific sonar. The best thing about Markham is the amount of power and sensitivity that this unit has, the patented interference rejection system, and the adjustable zoom that you can put anywhere in the water column. Combining that with GPS in a pack that comes standard with lithium power, that's gonna get you from sunup to sundown and then some. So you're gonna have a full day's battery on the ice at a great price point. MSRP is $699 on this unit. Check it out today, markhamtech.com. All right, iFish popped. iFish popped. This fish took a ton of line. We got him. I didn't think we had him for a second. That's how much line he took. I don't know if this is going to be a pike or a walleye. It hit and it just took off towards deeper water. First fish of the afternoon. This is fun. This is fun. If we get any taste of what it was like this morning, it's going to be a good evening. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. She hasn't taken a big run near the hole, so that's a good sign. That's a good sign. We're gonna get a look at her right here. I see a white tip. I got a white tip. I got a white tip. That's a good walleye. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Look at this fish. Look at this fish. We proactively put up the Eskimo outbreak behind us. Get a little heater going in there to warm up our hands. It's starting to get cold out. And these walleyes are coming alive. Man, I can't, it's like a trout. I can't do anything with this thing. Eggsy, I might have you come in here and give me a hand at landing her. There's a sinker. Oh yeah. That's a big fish, man. That's a big walleye. Look at that, guys. Look at that tanker. That is an absolute tank of a walleye. Look at that fish. It doesn't get any more fun than that. She'll go solid 26, 27 inch here. Just look at the forehead on her, the big old belly. She's posing for the camera right there, and that is a way to kickstart your evening bite with a huge early ice walleye. Look at that fish, man. Let's get her unhooked and back down the hole. There she's getting some strength, getting her bearings. There she goes. There she goes. Go, grab it. Feed it.
There he is. Boom. This is a good fish. This is the same hole as Grant's big one not too long ago. We're getting into that dark time, night bite hour now.
Yeah, this is where all the action's at.
In this hole, literally this whole hole. When's the last time we caught a fish that wasn't in this hole? Oh, here it is. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a good fish. There we go. What a fish. All right, let's get this girl back in the water. Spunky. All right, let's get this back in there and try to get another one.
All right, well, these guys, which have been the name of the game today, have been idle for a half hour now. It's dark around us. We've been out here 4 a.m. till, I don't know, 5:30 or whatever time it is now. That's a solid 13, 14 hour shift on the ice, but we made it worth it. That was a lot of walleyes that came topside today. A couple of quick keys to success: putting these iFish Pros shallow early morning, even midday, late evening, shallow as well, and kind of backing away, letting these sit up in the shallows in silence. Chub minnows, treble hooks. I don't think we lost one single fish on the iFish Pros today. So definitely, it's just incredible how much that outproduced jigging. I mean, usually you can assume that jigging is going to be the most productive way you're going to catch fish. That was not the case at all today. So these walleyes wanted a chub minnow with a treble hook through it, swimming freely down there on 6-pound test line. So again, it's, you know, just finding the right structure, being safe early season, taking advantage of early ice. You can put a lot of walleyes topside. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.